Have you ever wondered why Nikola Tesla's inventions were so terrifying? Tesla was a man ahead of his time, a visionary genius who revolutionized the field of electricity with his pioneering work on alternating currents. He was also a selfless inventor, focused on harnessing electricity for the betterment of humankind. However, Tesla's inventions weren't just groundbreaking, some were also controversial and even terrifying. In this video, we'll take a look at some of Tesla's lost inventions and papers, including his sought-after creation, the death ray. We'll also explore his attempts to transmit power wirelessly, his failed Wardenclyffe project, and even his belief that thoughts could be photographed. And if that's not enough to keep you on the edge of your seat, we'll also delve into the mysterious surrounding Tesla's missing papers, including his potentially lethal energy beam. So, buckle up and get ready to discover why Nikola Tesla's inventions were so terrifying. Nikola Tesla, who is now widely regarded as the father of physics, was largely unrecognized for much of his life, despite being a visionary, genius, and selfless inventor focused on harnessing electricity for the betterment of humankind. He revolutionized the field of electricity with his pioneering work on alternating currents, and many groundbreaking inventions are credited to him. Tesla continued to innovate throughout his career, despite facing obstacles such as a lack of consistent financial support and propaganda from rivals. In this video, we will explore some of Tesla's lost inventions and papers, including his controversial and sought-after creation, the death ray. Tesla believed that war could be reduced to a spectacle of machines and worked tirelessly to find a technological solution to end it. He claimed to have discovered an entirely new energy source and even proposed a charged particle beam weapon to prevent war. Despite struggling to generate interest in funding for his peace beam, Tesla sent a detailed technical letter to several allied nations, and the Soviet Union showed the most interest, eventually testing one stage of his plan and sending him a $25,000 check. Tesla's creation was intended to serve as a defensive weapon against war, requiring power plants across a nation's coast to scan for enemy aircraft. However, Tesla also had ideas for peaceful uses for his particular beam, such as long-distance wireless energy transmission and creating the artificial aurora borealis. While some experts question the viability of Tesla's theories, his death beam bears similarities to weapons developed during the Cold War. Tesla's hope for a technological solution to end wars remains elusive. In the late 1890s, Tesla believed the possibility of transmitting electrical power wirelessly through the air. He received support from Leonard E. Curtis and Colonel John Jacob Astor, who helped him secure a site in Colorado Springs for experimentation. Tesla discovered that the Earth was teeming with electrical vibrations, and believed that if it was a good conductor, it could transmit power without significant losses. To test his theory, Tesla built a laboratory with Wardenclyffe Tower and a Tesla coil to produce electrical effects on the scale of lightning. Tesla successfully generated a blue corona around the secondary coil, paving the way for future experimentation. Electricity surged through the central coils, producing massive blue arcs that zigzagged up and down. The man-made lightning bolts, which were over 100 feet long, erupted from the mast at the station's peak, destroying El Paso Electric Company's dynamo and plunging the entire city into darkness. The station manager was incensed and demanded that Tesla repair the damage and cover the costs. During his 9-month stay in Colorado Springs, Tesla conducted various experiments, including attempts to transmit wireless power at Pikes Peak. Though he meticulously recorded his findings in a daily journal, the results of the experiments remain unclear. There are claims that Tesla transmitted a signal several miles away, strong enough to light up vacuum tubes, but this may have been due to the conductive characteristics of the ground in Colorado Springs. Tesla also attempted to send low-frequency signals through the region between the Earth's surface and the ionosphere, estimating its resonant frequency to be around 8 Hz. This theory was not taken seriously until the 1950s, when researchers discovered that the region did indeed resonate at this frequency. In addition, Tesla aimed to transmit power to the ionosphere, which was located 80 kilometers above the Earth's surface, but he needed the technological means to do so. He was amazed one evening when he discovered a repeating signal from space picked up by his transmitter, possibly making him the first person to observe radio waves coming from space. Upon returning to New York, Tesla penned an article for Century magazine outlining his vision of using an antenna to capture the sun's energy and using electrical power to control the weather. He also proposed a global wireless communication network that could transmit messages, music, and even pictures anywhere on Earth. JP Morgan was intrigued by Tesla's proposal and offered him $150,000 to construct a power plant and transmission tower. Tesla's real goal, however, was to test electrical power transmission on a large scale without wires. Tesla's decision to purchase land on Long Island Sound cliffs for his new project, known as Wardenclyffe, proved to be a fatal error. The Wardenclyffe project began on 1901 and involved constructing a massive tower that rose 187 feet in the air and supported a 55-ton steel sphere on top. A shaft descended 120 feet into the ground beneath the tower, and 69 pipes drilled 300 feet allowed currents to flow through them and grab hold of the earth. However, as the tower construction slowly advanced, it became clear that more money was desperately needed. Despite Tesla's pleadings, Morgan refused to provide more funding, and the project ultimately failed due to high costs and Tesla's inability to find enough willing investors. Following the failure of his venture, Tesla's credibility was tainted, and he went on to a total nervous breakdown. He then focused on another one of his inventions, the first portable ozone generator, which he patented in the United States in 1896. The Tesla Ozone Company marketed these devices as a way to clear indoor air, but today the FDA classifies ozone as a toxic gas with no known therapeutic applications. Wardenclyffe was Tesla's fatal mistake. The 1901 project built a 187-foot tower with a 55-ton sphere on top. The tower's 120-foot shaft and 69 300-foot pipes let currents grab the earth. As construction progressed, more funding was needed. Morgan refused Tesla's request for funding, and the project failed due to high costs and lack of investors. Tesla's reputation was ruined, causing a nervous breakdown. He then focused on his 1896 U.S. patent for the first portable ozone generator. The Tesla Ozone Company sold these devices to purify indoor air, but the FDA now considers ozone a toxic gas with no therapeutic uses. In 1913, Nikola Tesla said he might fly from New York to Colorado Springs in a gas stove-like device. Tesla's 1921 hybrid tilt-rotor-tilt-wing helicopter airplane design seemed to have been forgotten by aviation history, even though Albert Einstein and Thomas Edison invented flying machines after the Wright brothers' first flight. This open-box craft with tilting propeller and wing could fly horizontally and vertically. Tesla proposed a turbine-powered design with two coaxial propellers spinning in opposite directions. This design made significant first claims, but it did not inspire vertical takeoff and landing aircraft. Tesla patented a high-speed, steam-powered mechanical oscillator in 1893. Years later, Tesla cracked the ground while tuning the oscillator in his New York City laboratory's vibration. He broke the machine with a hammer and told his assistants to keep quiet and report an earthquake. Tesla proposed the supersonic electric airship in a July 1919 Reconstruction article. Tesla proposed a supersonic aircraft after his Wardenclyffe failed. Passengers could fly from New York City to London in 3 hours on the 8-mile-high aircraft. The aircraft would use wireless electricity from ground-based power plants instead of fuel. Tesla believed that an unlimited number of power plants could power airships, like trains on rails or Wyatts. Tesla's 1907 military artificial tidal wave used wireless telegraphy to detonate high explosives at sea. This would create massive tidal waves that could sink enemy fleets, ending wars and bringing about world peace. This innovation resembled nuclear weapons development claims. Tesla believed that thoughts could be photographed. He believed an image reflected on an artificial retina, photographed and projected on a screen, could reveal a person's thoughts. Thus, a person's imagined objects would appear on the screen as they thought, making the mind like an open book. Tesla's technical and scientific papers after 1943 are a contentious issue. The FBI and other U.S. weaponry agencies were intrigued by Tesla's claim to have perfected his death beam before his death. The Axis or Soviets may have stolen Tesla's papers. Nikola Tesla's nephew, Seva Kosanovich, rushed into his uncle's Hotel New Yorker room the morning after his death. Kosanovich, a rising Yugoslav official suspected of communist ties, found Tesla's body and some of his belongings, including technical papers and a black notebook marked government, missing. P. Foxworth, an FBI-directed assistant, was tasked with finding Tesla's government-protected papers. Dr. John G. Trump, an electrical engineer, was asked to review Tesla's papers but found them mostly philosophical and speculative. Tesla's particle beam weaponry papers were sent to Patterson Air Base Force for testing under Project Nick, but they disappeared. In 1953, Kosanovich returned Tesla's belongings, including his papers, to Belgrade, Yugoslavia, where Tito's communist regime made it difficult for Western journalists and academics to access. Soviet scientists visited Tesla's papers in the 1950s. In 1960, Soviet Premier Khrushchev raised concerns about a new weapon, and a beam weapon research continued in the US. In 1983, President Ronald Reagan announced the Strategic Defensive Initiative after rumors that the Soviet Union had advanced technology in the late 1970s. Tesla's lost papers have not been found, and some believe he took his knowledge of lethal energy beams through the atmosphere to his grave. In 2016, the FBI declassified 250 pages of Tesla-related documents, but many questions remain unanswered, and some Tesla files are still missing. So, there you have it, the story of Nikola Tesla and his terrifying inventions. While some of his ideas may seem far-fetched or even dangerous, it's important to remember that Tesla's ultimate goal was always to improve the world around him. His inventions and theories paved the way for countless innovations and discoveries that have shaped the world we live in today. From his work on alternating currents to his attempts to transmit power wirelessly, Tesla was truly a visionary ahead of his time. While some of his inventions may have been lost or remain a mystery, his legacy lives on, inspiring generations of scientists and investors to come. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more informative content.